From making sets from movies to literally spawning a gaming franchise, this is the incredible evolution of LEGO Star Wars. You know how the LEGO company is like a champion at turning franchises into building block wonders? They outshine big names like Nike, Disney, and Apple to snag that #1 spot, and guess what? They did it all over again the very next year. Imagine success stories like Bionicle, Harry Potter, and Racers, but you give it an extra little push to an already adored brand. So what is this brand that was taken to the next level? Well, obviously, it's bricks in a galaxy far, far away. Yeah, I'm talking about Star Wars. LEGO kept it simple and stuck to the classic style, mostly using pieces we're all familiar with. Picture this. It was a time when the buzz around the Phantom Menace was off the charts, making us all super hyped after a whopping 16-year gap between Star Wars movies. Now, aside from those nifty Episode 1 tie-ins, there were some real gems like Luke's land speeder and the iconic X-Wing fighter. And guess what? Back then, you could snag these for a decent price, too. Well, fast forward to today at least, and those unopened boxes are practically worth their weight in gold, going for hundreds of dollars a pop. And as the years rolled on, these sets started growing in size, complexity, and yeah, you guessed it, price too. LEGO basically established itself as a premium brand, and we all know LEGO is like super high quality anyway, so they're not super off. Even the smaller sets started to carry price tags of around $40. I mean, it was getting crazy at one point. But get this, people were totally down to invest in these treasures. I mean, if I'm being honest, I am, and I bet you are too. It wasn't just for kids anymore, and some sets were made for the grown-ups who wanted to tackle the big, intricate sets with thousands of pieces that could take hours or even days to build, like the USC Millennium Falcon. Yeah, that took me a month, also because I didn't try as much, but you get the point. The world of LEGO expanded beyond what you could just pick up off the shelf. Collecting minifigures, you know, those classic LEGO men, became a whole hobby on its own. I mean, I had one of those shelf things where you could like display all your little minifigures, and I had it on the wall for a bit. It was honestly awesome. Sometimes even stores would be stripped clean of new sets just to nab those little minifigures, which were then resold at prices that could put the whole original set to shame. Talk about how many times you saw a specific little minifigure you wanted going for like even $100+. I mean, people are crazy, but I mean, it is worth it. Well, the smart folks over at LEGO took notice and decided to roll with the trends. Characters you've seen before in other sets, well, now they're just dressed up in fresh outfits to give that feeling of newness with each purchase. Now, considering all that, let's have a look at how these LEGO sets have evolved over time, making its grand entrance in 1999 along Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. But hold your horses, because even in its debut year, this line served up some classics from the original trilogy. TIE Fighters, X-Wings, and Land Speeders, I mean, and even more. The following year, though, brought bigger sets into the scene, including the start of the legendary Ultimate Collector Series, or as everyone knows it, UCS. But anyways, in 2000, LEGO blessed us with the very first of the 7 Millennium Falcon sets, and LEGO's been feeding our Falcon frenzy for over the last 2 decades now. This early Falcon is like a glimpse into LEGO's design evolution, because unlike the one tied to Episode 7 or The Force Awakens, this one goes for a more impressionistic look. It aims to capture the essence of the Corleone YT-1300 light fighter rather than meticulously replicate it. It's more like a classic UFO than any other Millennium Falcon rendition out there, so it looks more like a UFO than Millennium Falcon, but it's still very cool, and it was the first of its kind. But the Star Wars journey doesn't stop there, because in 2001, it ventured into Technic figures territory, giving us C-3PO and Stormtrooper. These figures had a vibe similar to the Bionicle figures of the same year, and today you can even spot their descendants in the Ultra Build sub-theme of constructible action figures. And we're fasting forward again to 2005, a year that's practically Star Wars Nirvana. The final prequel film drops, and LEGO blesses us with a plethora of sets for both the prequels and the original trilogy too. But what's really cool is that LEGO swaps out the iconic bright yellow minifigure skin tones for a more natural flesh tones. Now, our minifigures match their movie counterparts even better. These revamped figures even served as the basis for an animated short and a widely acclaimed video game. We all know what I'm talking about. The mid-2000s, though, was a time of design innovation, because sets became more accurate and detailed more than ever. For instance, the 2005 UCS Darth Vader's TIE Fighter featured sleek lines that nailed the Starfighter's iconic look. Similarly, the 2009 Republic gunship was a work of art packed with intricate detailing and play features like opening hatches and even rotating turrets. This level of innovation elevated the LEGO Star Wars experience to a whole new level, and you could just tell with the times it was getting better and better and a lot better. Now, let's talk Clone Wars, the animated series that landed in 2008, and LEGO hops on the hype train, introducing sets that mirror the show's vehicles and characters. These sets are honestly like a fan's dream come true, featuring ships like the Republic gunship and the ATTE Walker. Minifigures, though, get a serious upgrade too, with unique prints and accessories that have us all drooling. But these sets hit the sweet spot for both kids and adult collectors, keeping the Star Wars lineup fresh and exciting. And as time rolled on, on, LEGO Star Wars sets grew in complexity and size, kind of like what I said earlier. They sported intricate designs and building techniques that felt straight out of a master class, and more detailed minifigures and accessories than ever. The UCS turned heads with its massive, finely detailed models of iconic ships like the Millennium Falcon and AT-AT Walker, and these sets were the ultimate treat for older fans, even if they did come with hefty price tags, and oh boy, they did. But fast forward to the sequel trilogy era, and things get even more awesome. With The Force Awakens in 2015, LEGO dives into sets based on that film. Picture Rey, Finn, and Kylo Ren all in their LEGO glory, and oh boy, the 2015 Millennium Falcon set is a stunner. I mean, it boasts an updated design, more detail, improved functionality, plus it even throws in minifigures of the new characters for a good measure. And as the sequel trilogy continues to unfold, LEGO keeps pumping out sets inspired by these films. From Resistance bombers to Sith TIE fighters, you can replicate epic scenes or even imagine new adventures from your beloved characters. But LEGO hasn't been solely basing their sets off of theatrical releases, oh no, because they've also been basing them off video games. You might have come across the term Legends sets, and these are basically the ones that draw inspiration from various external Star Wars media, including some beloved video games. Speaking of which, remember those awesome Star Wars games we'd love to see LEGO partner with? Well, these sets are like a dream come true for gamers and LEGO enthusiasts alike. Now, let's talk about a couple of standout sets that just show you how cool these crossovers can be. First up, we got the Rogue Shadow from Star Wars The Force Unleashed. It's a one-of-a-kind LEGO set that takes its inspiration from the video game world, and it's got a sleek and unique design that captures the essence of the game's primary ship. By the way, subscribe. Subscribe right now, subscribe. Anyways, the set designers really outdid themselves using cleverly shaped pieces to give the ship its sharp edges and using light gray elements to highlight its subtle detail. Plus, it comes with 3 minifigures that add an extra layer of awesomeness: Darth Vader's apprentice Starkiller and a battle-damaged Darth Vader with super detailed printing. There's also Hunio Eclipse, I hope I'm saying that right, but some fans found her face printing a bit off from the set's overall style, so yeah, I mean, just take a look at that. Moving on though, we got a trip down memory lane with sets from Star Wars The Old Republic. These sets let us relive the MMO world in brick form, because picture this, a Republic Striker class starfighter set with fantastic detailing around the engines and cannons. It's like an X-Wing with a twist, and it even comes with 3 exclusive minifigures like the last set, including the cool T-701 droid. Then there's the Sith Ferry class Interceptor, a big chunky model with sleek wings that can even extend. This set is definitely a visual stunner, and the icing on the cake with this one is the rare Darth Malgus figure. And don't even get me started on the Jedi Defender class cruiser and the Republic Troopers vs Sith Troopers battle pack, because these sets from the second Old Republic wave brought more excitement to the LEGO scene. Fans got a complex build with the cruiser and a pocket-friendly battle pack for a dose of Old Republic goodness. Now, let's zoom forward a bit to the Star Wars Battlefront series. LEGO tapped into the video game vibes with the battle packs, smaller sets that basically pack a punch. We've got Shadow Troopers, Rebel Alliance, and the Galactic Empire battle packs, each with unique mini builds and exclusive minifigures that add flair to your collection. And let's not forget the Inferno Squad battle pack, inspired by Battlefront 2. It came with a tiny ship and 4 minifigs, including the standout Iden Versio with a unique look. But zooming ahead 24 years from the start, we've got nearly 1,000 sets in the LEGO Star Wars series. That's absolutely insane. That's a ton of bricks dedicated to the Star Wars universe, and hey, it's not just about the numbers, because there are unique pieces in these sets that you won't find anywhere else. Now, with all that being said, I know we covered a lot. Let's now talk about some of the best sets ever released in the LEGO Star Wars universe. LEGO Star Wars Republic Gunship, and I think we've covered this one earlier. The prequels might have been a mixed bag, but they introduced some fantastic ship designs. The Republic Gunship stands out, and LEGO did justice to it with this set. However, the lack of minifigures might leave some collectors wanting more. Regardless, the ship itself is a beauty, capturing the essence of that era in Star Wars perfectly. While the price might feel a bit steep for the number of figures, the overall quality and features make the LEGO Star Wars Republic Gunship a standout. LEGO Star Wars Mos Eisley Cantina. Now let's talk about something massive, the LEGO Star Wars Mos Eisley Cantina set. This set brings the iconic Tatooine Tavern from A New Hope to life in jaw-dropping size and detail. When you open it up, you'll find a full interior complete with booths, a bar, and outdoor space for your land speeder or dewback. The 21 included minifigures add depth to the scene, making it a lively display, and the only hurdles, well, the price tag, and the set size might even pose challenges for display purposes, but it's the kind of set that deserves a prime spot, perhaps the center of your dining table, but practicality might get in the way of things, but hey, it's really cool, and it comes with lots of minifigures too. LEGO Star Wars AT-TE Walker. For years, fans were hoping for a new LEGO AT-TE Walker, and LEGO finally delivered. And oh boy, did they deliver with this one, because this set is a treasure trove of details both inside inside and out. The interior boasts room for minifigures, controls, weapon racks, and more. And the exterior features moving joints, spinning guns, and loads of authentic touches. And let's not forget the sweet selection of minifigures, including the coveted Commander Cody. LEGO Star Wars Luke Skywalker's Land Speeder. This one is a recent favorite in the UCS lineup that's more wallet friendly for most people out there. But don't let the price tag fool you, because this set is a gem. The Land Speeder looks incredible and the building process is an absolute joy. And once it's done, the finished model makes a striking display piece complete with a stand and info plaque. LEGO Star Wars R2-D2. You won't believe how remarkably R2-D2's charm translates into the LEGO world, because this model is a genius creation that captures not only R2-D2's sleek aesthetic, but also his iconic movements. With a retractable mid-leg, this little droid can mimic his signature lean. But that's not all, because the front hatches can actually pop open and extend, and there's even a movable periscope. And get this, because the head rotates too. But wait, because there's even more, because there's a surprise twist, which is basically a secret compartment inside the head that holds Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, which is a super cool detail from the movie. Sure, the price tag is a bit hefty, hovering at around $200, but it's R2-D2 we're talking about here, and he's one of the most cherished and recognizable Star Wars characters out there. We could all agree on that. And just imagine having this stunning piece as the focal point of your Star Wars collection. And let's be real, who wouldn't want their very own sassy droid sidekick? The build process is also a total blast, involving some ingenious building techniques to capture R2-D2's iconic three-legged charm. And by the way, can we talk about when LEGO is going to hit us with the 6-foot LEGO Star Wars C-3PO? Because I'm waiting for that. Now, we said this a bunch of the video already, but LEGO Star Wars Millennium Falcon. Want a Millennium Falcon without having to remortgage your house for storage space? Well, lucky for you, there's a solution, and after its redesign for The Force Awakens in 2017, this Millennium Falcon design makes a triumphant return for Rise of Skywalker. What's great about it is that it's both affordable and looks fantastic. The minifigure selection, though, comes with a mixed bag of feelings, because having an older Lando is definitely cool, but a Millennium Falcon without Han Solo, that's just like a ship without its pilot. BD1 LEGO Star Wars set. Guess what? Star Wars video games are officially part of the canon now, and that means, well, canon event. And that means we got ourselves a LEGO model of BD1 from the Star Wars Jedi video game series. This model is a fantastic recreation that pays close attention to detail. The cabling around its legs is a standout feature, and here's the cool part, it's posable too. Despite packing over 1,000 pieces, this build is surprisingly quick and enjoyable. There's this one tiny issue I have with it though. Where's Cal Kestis minifigure? What? It would have been awesome to have him chilling alongside the mini BD1 on the display stand. The Mandalorian's N1 Starfighter. Who knew that you could snag this decent sized set for just $60 and 400 pieces? This thing measures at a solid 16.5 inches in length, and that's not too shabby. It's primarily designed for play, so it might not have all the intricate detailing of pricier adult-oriented sets, but hold up, it's not all drawbacks with this one, because the minifigures including Mando, Pelimoto, Grogu, and a BD droid are top-notch, and the engine design is absolutely killer. Now, it's not all smooth flying, because there are a few bumps along the build road, especially with the rear thruster, which feels a tad flimsy. But that's par for the course when you're dealing with a set that's restricted by the number of pieces, but still, until a UCS version of Mando Starfighter graces us, this one's a pretty darn good choice. And bro, 60 bucks, bro, come on, bro. LEGO Star Wars Imperial TIE Fighter. When it comes to iconic ships in the Star Wars universe, the Imperial TIE Fighter is way up there. I mean, we can all agree. We all know the sound, right? And guess what? It's now part of the LEGO Star Wars collection. This build is solid, featuring an opening cockpit that can snugly fit minifigures inside, and it's like a dream come true for newcomers to the LEGO Star Wars realm, or even collectors who just want to assemble a whole squadron on their shelf. Although the TIE Fighters have made appearances in the past, rarely do we actually get an original trilogy ship as such a steal. It's hard to find fault with this set because it offers great value and captures the essence of the classic TIE Fighter design. While more complex versions are out there for seasoned collectors, if you're looking for a laid-back building experience that doesn't eat up your entire day, well, the TIE Fighter is a perfect pick for you. I don't even think it's that expensive. Luke Skywalker's X-Wing Fighter, one of the most iconic ones. LEGO has been totally nailing it with reasonably priced sets for iconic LEGO Star Wars ships. These budget-friendly options under 50 pounds or dollars, or I don't know, you get the point, are perfect for both collectors and young enthusiasts entering the Star Wars galaxy. And guess what? Because this Luke Skywalker's X-Wing Fighter is a prime example. It might not be the most intricate build, but it's a wallet-friendly way to own a piece of the Star Wars magic. With Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, and R2-D2, and even General Dondona thrown into the mix, God Rondon. Bro, what are these weird names? This set becomes an awesome way to gather some of the most significant original trilogy characters. It might not boast the highest level of detail, and the building process won't be an epic saga, but picture this. Pair it with the Imperial TIE Fighter we just talked about, and it's a neat shelf display piece that hits all the right nostalgic buttons. The Star Wars Death Star Trench Run. Imagine recreating an iconic scene from the original Star Wars trilogy with Lego, and that's exactly what the Trench Run set offers. This diorama lets you relive that epic moment as Luke Skywalker's X-Wing is taking on a squadron and just an entire squad of TIE fighters while navigating the Death Star's trenches, just to, like, you know, shoot the thing or whatever, and then blows up, kabam. It's like a slice of cinematic history brought to life through Lego bricks. However, it is worth noting that this build does require some more time and effort, so it's not the ideal starting point for new Lego newbies. Lego Star Wars The Child, or we know him as Grogu. Whether you are a diehard fan of The Mandalorian or simply just adore the adorable little green guy, you know, Grogu, the Child build and display model is definitely a winner. While the building instructions could use a tad bit more clarity in some parts, I mean, like, what is this? The end result is stunning when perched on a shelf. And those posable ears, well, they definitely do add a tiny bit of charm to the tiny green guy that has captured the hearts across the galaxy, including the Mandalorian himself. It's not bulky like classic Star Wars ships, making it a perfect middle ground for desk or even small table display areas. And sure, the building process won't be the most memorable one on your Lego journey, but it's the right size for the price and doesn't overstay its welcome. And bro, this is like a perfect present for anyone. The Mandalorian and the Child brickheads. Lego knows how much we love the Mandalorian. I mean, we just talked about it, and they've even nailed it with these brickheads versions of our favorite characters from the show. You can build miniature versions of the Child, or we're just gonna call him Baby Yoda, Grogu, whatever, and the Mandalorian himself. These figures are packed with authentic details that truly reflect the series, and with 295 pieces and recommended ages of 10 and up, these little masterpieces are a must-have for any, you know, Mandalorian fan. The Mandalorian comes fully armed with a signature rifle and blaster pistol, while Baby Yoda's hover pram has transparent pieces that create a cool hover effect. And yes, those adorable ears can be posed to, just like the Child set we just talked about. Finally, the Mandalorian Trouble on Tatooine set. With 276 pieces, you're getting the Mandalorian speeder bike, complete with a Lego minifigure set and a saddlebag for, you know, Baby Yoda, a Tusken hut, and a missile shooting ballista for the Tusken Raider. It's a playset that brings key moments from the Mandalorian to life, and we're just gonna end it there because anyways, what do you think of all the Star Wars evolution we've seen from this thing to this thing? I mean, it has changed over time. Lots of sets have been made. Let me know in the comments below, and oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Do it now.